Hey guys, my name is Blizzard4. I'm going to be doing a blind live commentary of your stage of Bandit Airbase because you seem like a cool guy, and I really want to start creating some kind of culture of really deep, thorough level design criticism on the message board. Or at least I don't know. So let's get started. I'm gonna play your stage and I'm gonna tell you what I think while I'm playing it. Okay. So when I was reading your post on the message board, one of the things that you said that stuck out to me was you said that my stages in 1094 were a big inspiration for you. And that was something that like really stuck out to me because I feel like I don't have a personal sense of like, I just, maybe because the message boards are such a dead medium that like I don't speak with people face to face, and so I don't feel like I actually can tell. I don't know. And so for me, when you said that, I thought that was cool. And so I wanted to come here and play this stage, and I thought that if you were someone who liked my levels, then I thought that you would probably make levels that I liked playing. I don't know. I'm kind of just going around in circles. So as a warning, I do have keybinds to switch between characters. And that turns on dev modes, which you have a save data, which is not going to interact nicely with the emblems here. This is a nice touch. I haven't seen this before with the hexagons on the floor. With the line depths matching the hexagons on the floor. Let me use the slope to get up there. Oh! Okay. That was different. Okay, so... So this is kind of more of an itemized commentary. These rings are kind of weird because I feel like there's nothing that telegraphs to the player to stand in the center right here, so I feel like when I'm looking at these rings, it's like I'm never going to be able to collect them while the platform's falling, and there's nothing for me to get back up here. So these rings to me feel particularly useless. Oh, that's an emblem. And I guess I don't do live commentaries before, so this is a little awkward for me. Not in the sense of, just in the sense of I haven't gotten used to it well enough to know about things to talk about. This is my first time doing a commentary for level design criticism using a video specifically. So I haven't gotten in the swing of things for what to talk about and what not to talk about. Because one of the other comments that I heard was that your stage is very Final Demo-esque. And one of the things that... as I'm looking around here, one of the things that I'm thinking about is just that I kind of want a little bit more contrast at some of the edges, and there's just not a ton of detailing, which is fine because standards change. The 2.2 campaign has had a lot of time and effort and energy put into articulating edges and making sure that things are really clear and readable. And this sense of mushy edges is something that was kind of a trademark of the old school of design. So... Oh, this is a plane! Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And one of my suspicions is that I'm gonna have more useful commentary after I play through the entire stage, because I feel like there's some meta-structural issues about navigation that are going to be important to talk about that I don't understand the stage well enough to talk about right now. Oh. Let's try that again. Okay, what? So, if I go fast, I make it, but if I hesitate, I fail? Is that the way it works? Yeah, so I need to gun it there in order to make it. Okay, and that's tangible. Same texture? Same texture, okay. Ooh. What? This looks like forward. I'm going up, I'm going up. I hit here, here's the left. I can jump on this. And I've already been down there. Okay, that's weird. My assumption is you built the stage for software, so this is a graphical error, you can see that. So how do I get... Oop. So what's the point of this area? Oh, do I need to break this? Ah! Okay, hold on. What did that do? Okay, this needed a different texture. I didn't think this was clear to me that it was breakable. Okay, so... Okay. Oh! Okay. So that is how I get through here. Okay, that was strange. How do I get up there? Oh. So... And another thing that's probably in the category of final demo trends that create that sort of visual aesthetic, I think that this texture is a bit too it repeats too quickly to use across a surface of this size, is my feeling. I haven't looked at the Techno Hill set. I haven't looked at THZ2. Techno Hill 2 is I'm considering doing some work on the Techno Hill set soon, but who knows. But I do think that this is a good texture, but it's I feel like this use of it is a little there might be something better if you looked for it. I don't know. I'm not familiar with the Techno Hill set. Okay. Yeah, and I'm also I'm trying to do something with the Mind Maze set, and I'm also struggling with the Mind Maze set myself, being something that's super small. I haven't found a replacement for the Mind Maze set for large rocky areas that I like either. Okay, so it seems like the pattern is... there's a door, and I have to figure out how to get across it. Okay. I can't actually go up the... That didn't help. And if you don't want to make a full-blown FOF for this, you could get the player waist deep in this by using a fake floor. Fake floors are one of my favorite things. They're kind of simple, kind of strange, a little bit unintuitive, but fake floors let you, like, they're just great. Fake floors are good for things like fences and for getting the player stuck in a pile of leaves, for a whole bunch of stuff. Invisible walls. So yeah, I would look into something fake floor like, because I think this would benefit from just a simple fake floor to get the player immersed a little bit in it. But also that wouldn't have the water effects. Oh, so you do have actual water down here. Okay. So this looks like a door, and this looks like a door. Okay, so I've got another jet engine down here. And that's pushing me up here, and then I'm going to find a switch, and then I'm going to double back, is my guess. Okay, this is the start. Okay. What did that do? Where was that? Have I been there before? Where was that? What about those doors? What about those doors? I want to go in those doors. Why can't I go in that door? Ugh. Okay. Alright. Alright. Oh my gosh, this video is going to take forever to upload. Okay. So there was a grate. And then behind the grate was... So what I saw was something back here that moved? Okay, this plane looks more like a plane. I like this plane. So this was where I went the first time. Great. 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 Okay, what's the... Oh, boop, 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 boop. Okay. Oh, so this is a sky... Another bug. This is the sky box. Okay, this is not a sky dome. This is forward. This is a ring box. Okay, okay, so I'm gonna go up here. Then here's my helipad. What am I doing? Okay. So I think I need some height. How do I get height? Maybe that's just for decoration. So I think I need to open this door. Where's that shadow? That's the shadow. That's another door. Okay, so when I left spawn the first time, how many possible routes could I have gone on? Okay, so I started the stage here. And then... Okay, so I see how that took me around. So it seems like I had the option of going... So this is the other route. For making a stage that notoriously got people lost, myself 10 years ago, I'm getting awful lost here. I'm gonna jump on this because I can. Okay. So I need to get inside there eventually. Okay, so now I'm coming back and now I have the height that I wanted. Is this an obstacle or is this an intended path forward? This looks like an obstacle. What is that? What is that? I've never seen anything like this. This is cool. I like this. So this is This must have been awful to do, drawing these two jaggy lines right over the top of each other. This must have been awful to do. Okay. So now here I am, and... Is this another one of those stupid growing trees? No. No. Only I make stupid growing trees. Now I lost my shield. Okay, pet peeve. Pet peeve alert. Where is this water coming from? It's coming from here. Okay. Okay. Because my personal taste is that levels make sense in terms of how they work, and water flow is one of the things that is a pet peeve of mine. So. Where is this light coming from? Okay, so... That's an emblem. So... Gosh. Getting mad about directional lighting looking wrong in SRB2 is not a good use of my time. And it's also not really important. Okay. So here I am, and I haven't opened... So there's two doors that I left behind that I still don't understand. Well, two sets of doors. Boing. 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 Okay. Is that where I just came from? Maybe? I don't remember. It wasn't? No, is this where I'm going? This is another door. Okay, so it was not where I came from. That answers that question. Okay, maybe these could be slopes, by the way? Maybe? Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so where am I going after this bounce? Okay, I'm going over here. Derp. I'm not sure that was the right thing. I think I needed the spring. Okay, and I'm taking my hands off the directional input. Okay. So, another pet peeve. So another pet peeve of mine, and I guess I'm just gonna I'm just gonna keep talking about my pet peeves, aren't I? So another pet peeve of mine is like springs, where if you touch the input even a little bit, you totally miss the sequence, like the Green Flower Zone 2 springs. I myself am guilty of this in Nuclear Sunset 2. I have a really long spring path where you basically just take your hands off the controls. And what have I done? So I guess just to prove a point, let me come back and take that spring. So something that I know from playing SRB2 for just years is that when you use a spring and you don't know where it goes, you spin dash into it and you take your hands off the controls. So if I'm just going to run into it, then I'm like, boing, and that happens. So I would be happier if there was a little more flexibility, right? So, because it's a big stage redesign task to be able to fix that. Because in terms of this room's design, this whole sense of spring to mushroom up to a zoom tube, that's like fundamental to the layout of this room, right? If you're gonna fix that, that takes time and effort and energy. I would be happier if you just made that zoom tube entrance a little bit wider, so that if I didn't get right in the hole, I would still activate the zoom tube. That would make me happy. Okay. Ooh! I'm back at the place that I said I wanted to be. Okay, a personal preference of mine, not a pet peeve, for these doors, because they are one-way doors, I would appreciate having a switch right behind them on the side. So, like, I want to be able to come over here and stand on a switch and have the switch open the door. Because my thinking is, when I'm standing here looking at this door, I can't tell that it's a one-way door on this side, so I think there's a switch somewhere else, somewhere strange that opens it. So when I'm standing on this side of the door, looking at the door, I want to be able to understand that it's a one-way door just by looking at it. Because when I was here, I thought there was a switch that I had to stand on somewhere else remotely and that I'd have to backtrack here for. So that was what I thought when I looked at this the first time. If you had a button right here, that would clarify my expectations as a player when I come at it from this side. Oh, I step on the button, that opens the door. Then that would clarify my expectations from this side. Oh, it's a one-way door and there's a switch on the other side. So... Ah! Elevator? How am I supposed to... Oh. Down and up. Okay, because see, this is now... So, okay, so after having done that twice, my expectation was all doors that look like this are one-way doors. So then I thought, oh, this is a one-way door, and I just have to come at it from the backside. Right? Because I'm looking for some kind of visual connection between the gameplay behavior and the object itself. So, and then also sidebar, it seems like the intended... It seems like the intended use of this area is to start from here, run. I guess that's a button too. Run, 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 run. And then this right here is a mandatory tour stop, is what it seems like to me from what I know of the stage right now. And in terms of... in terms of how this is sequenced, I ran right by this my first time. So my thinking is, if this is important, this needs to, like, be in my face more. Maybe I can't, maybe this is like, maybe you pull the drop all the way out so that I need to, so like as soon as I come over here, oh, here's the drop, and then I go down there, and then I work with a button right here-ish, and then I come back up, and then now I'm up, right? Because this feels like a side explorable area from here right now. This doesn't feel like a required tour stop. So, and that this might be one of the main... I don't know if other people have had navigational complaints. I haven't looked that hard, but the way that this room is telegraphed to the player feels problematic to me. And then the other thing is the way that there's, like, as I'm seeing here, there's not a lot of contrasting textures announcing this, right? So this pop out right here, this mass up here, I would expect this to be a different, you know, just a different texture as well, just to kind of announce it. Because this doesn't feel very announced to the player, because I have this kind of monolithic color palette of all these grays, and then I have the glass that's showing me the sky, and then I get over here, and then this is the same gray. So I would want this to be a different color too, to kind of announce it. So, and I don't have any specific texture suggestions, but that's another thing you could try that might help to announce this. Okay, so I've got one door down. I don't want to backtrack to that other door. I just want to go forward. Okay, so it feels like I had to do both paths, the left and the right, in order to open the two-stage door that was happening right here. I am mad. Why can't I jump up this? So it seems like I had a left path and a right path, and I wanted to take the left path and the right path, and I had to do both in order to open the two-stage door, and now I can go forward. And so my expectation is that I'll never need to come back and backtrack to this area. That's my expectation. And yes, that was a trap. That was not forward. What the hey? I'm going to go back and check out those doors because I care. Or because I feel like it. $400 rings already! Derp. Oh, the fan doesn't work anymore, so I can't make that jump. Got it. No! Okay. So I still don't understand anything about these doors. I guess that's fine. How do I get out of here? Ring box. Okay, so I come up here. So I still don't understand anything about those two friggin' doors. Okay. So my expectation from the sequencing of the level is that I have to go backward. So my expectation from the sequencing of the level at this point is that I'm totally done with everything on the backside of this door and I'm never coming back. That is not a forward. Okay. Seriously? And I'm just at the end of the stage? What's this? What's this? There are at least 2 switches that I haven't pressed. What do you mean this is the end of the stage? What do you mean this is the end of the stage? Okay, it's time for my boy Knuckles. It's time for my boy Knuckles. Okay. Okay. So after I get this first piece of the switch, okay. So one of the pieces of stage design that I've been thinking about is that there's kind of this. So when you're playing Sonic, Sonic has this very Sonic, Metal Sonic, and Amy. When I've thought of them as basically being low jump characters, there's kind of this relationship between height and chronology, in terms of I'm Sonic, I need height, I need to get up here. So what do I do to get up there? Well, I have to go take this extra route that pushes me around. And then, oh, I have to take the spring. And now I'm over here, and oh, there's a thing. And then I'm here, right? And then I say, where am I going? Oh, I'm going here. Right, that's how Sonic thinks. How Knuckles thinks is he just runs around and he's like, herp derp, let me climb something. Right? So if I was Knuckles, I would just see this and I would just go in, right? If I did my first play as Knuckles, I would totally miss this entire area and I wouldn't know how this part of the stage relates to forward. Okay. And that's when you have a stage where Tails and Knuckles can break it, that's kind of emblematic of an era when everyone just played Sonic and nobody played Knuckles and Tails. And so the way that Knuckles and Tails understand stage geometry was a big deal for me in terms of when I came back to the game when I was trying to wrap my head around this idea of designing for multiple characters. So I don't... This whole loop around and come up here thing, it's really integral to the shape of this like stage geometry here, right? So you can't just tear it out. This is just baked into the way the stage is and you just can't fix it. Not at this point anyway, but this is an older school of design that's fading away. I Okay, so something that I really do love, I love the way that all the glass means that I can see areas of the stage that I haven't been to yet. And the way that the stage kind of wraps around itself, so that I'm not really going forward, I'm just wrapping around the same place. I think that that's interesting in terms of, like, ideally I'd have some, well, and this is happening more because I'm Knuckles than if I was Sonic, but I think the idea of just going around places and figuring out how to get to all these nooks and crannies that I've already seen from elsewhere, that's a cool stage idea. I feel like this... I feel like there already were a lot of areas where I was able to do that, but this right here specifically seems like I want to be able to see the Eggman sign from down here. Because what I want to do is I want to be able to see, oh, there's the exit, and I want to be able to follow the glass with my eye and then say, okay, well, here's this staircase. Where does this staircase lead to? It leads to this hallway, which leads to this door. Right, and that would place a lot more importance on this door in terms of trying to get there so that I know what it is and what it's for and why I need to get there. Because I think that right now I was just kind of assuming that there was... My assumption was that this was just like half the stage and there was another half the stage after the door, not that there was an exit there. And I think that creating an opportunity for the player to see that there's an Eggman sign there, I think that would help a lot with his sense of where am I going and why do I care. Okay. So it's kind of telegraphed. There's one single solitary ring, right? Where am I? There was a thing that I wanted to grab because I saw it. I'm not sure I can grab it. Okay, and so now that I'm circling back through this stage, my question is, I don't remember what's on the other side of that glass. Okay. And now I'm going to do the Knuckles thing and totally ignore the Sonic thing that you made. Bum bum bum. Okay. And then this is the window looking down there. Got it. And again, it might be nice to put this button that activates that door somewhere that's like harder to bypass. Like maybe this connection right here. Maybe you just pull a wall up right here so that I have to go around this way. So that I see the button and then I get on with my life. Right? Because this right here is creating a possibility of me walking through here and then activating this one-way switch without doing that. And maybe it would be worth it to tie this switch together with opening this door just so that players can't exit this path without activating that switch. You don't have to, but it's a thought. And you can do that on both routes. Nerp! Okay. So now, are the doors still open? Okay, yes, they are. Okay. So why... Okay, so there were two sets of doors that I still don't understand anything about. One of them might have been in here? Okay. So, I totally don't remember which room is connected to which other room, and that's one of my problems here in the backtracking. Okay. Bum! I'm Knuckles, open up. Okay, it's not that kind of wall. I'm gonna make a guess and say there's nothing behind this door. I could be wrong, but... Oh, there is something behind this door. What the heck? Why does this door exist if there's... So there's a tiny little room behind it, but the tiny little room doesn't have anything in it. Oof. Okay, now what about this room? Okay, is this connected to... How was I supposed to get here? So this spring takes me up here. I touch this button, and this button opens that. And this button opens that. Okay. I'm guessing there's an emblem up here, but I have a modified game, so it's not showing it to me. That's my guess. Okay. So how was I supposed to get in here? Where did this door connect to? This door connected to up here. Okay. Wait, but this door... Everything in this room opened from the inside. I don't understand anything. I don't understand anything. How was I supposed to get in here? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so I press the switch, and then everything in this room is still the same, kind of empty. Okay. Now I need to go turn off NoClip and go check out that other pair of doors. The door opens from the inside, and there's no way in the back. I'm confused. Okay. So I'm going to check out those other two doors. Oof! And I can't go backward here. Okay, so let's go over here and check out what this is. And I'm not being Knuckles. So I didn't take that route as Knuckles because I needed to. I took this route because I was trying to make sure that I was literally going to the other direction. And just in terms of how I've made a mental map of this area, in order to get to the other path, I've mentally made a note that the other path starts here, all the way over there. Had I known this path better, I could have skipped straight to here, but I didn't. So that's the reason I ran around. Okay. So I need to get to this switch. But that doesn't open for me. And that doesn't open for me either. And this doesn't open for me either. And I don't know if I've been in here. I have been in here. Okay. Blurg! Okay. What happened? What do you mean those were connected? Okay. What I want to know is, how is Sonic supposed to get up there? How is Sonic supposed to get in here? Okay. So if I'm Sonic, and I want to notice that, I have to be up here, and then I have to jump this way. Okay. And so this is the other mysterious switch. So this opens this door. Which I could see from over there, which means... This didn't open anything else? Why didn't this open anything else? Why didn't this open anything else? That didn't open either. Grr. How do you get up here? This is another door. A 4 emblem door. Okay. Well, let's go in. So this is another switch. And I think I can't see any emblems because I'm in a modified game. Well, I guess I'm just not going to be able to see all the secrets. So, alright, let me do a quick run as Metal Sonic and do a quick teardown. Okay. Where's my Metal Sonic? Okay, so... Okay, so one of the things that okay, derp, dead. Dead. D-E-D, dead. Okay, so one of my hot takes on this zone, just in terms of a summary, I think this stage is very linear. I don't think that... So, one of the talking points of this stage was, oh, everything's exploration-based. There's two paths, and you have to take both of them. And they're both just, like, separate. You have to take the left path and the right path. And they both feed you back to the central area. And the feeding you back to the central area is just because here's the gate. Okay? I think that a large central area that has a lot to poke at, I think, is an interesting idea. But I think in a lot of ways this central area feels like a red herring to me in terms of... I'm expecting that there's a lot of cool stuff in this room, but it feels like this room is just kind of the foyer to the rest of the stage in terms of... I come over to this room, but then all the interesting stuff happens elsewhere. So I come up here, and then I run around, and then eventually I figure out that this is forward, and then I come over here, and I come over here, and then this falls, and then I'm over here, and then there's, there's some monitors over here, and there's probably more monitor, well... That's a lie. I don't really know that, and I don't know how to get over here either. Okay. And then there's a little bit of explorable stuff over here, right? And then I'm back on my linear path, and then this is more like, I would call this a puzzle room. This isn't really about exploration. This is about... there's two main problems here, figuring out where forwards is and figuring out how to get to forward. And I think that when I came through this room my first time, one of the things that happened was that was forward, but for me, as I was looking at it, this looked like a side route. This didn't look like forward to me. So I was feeling my way out around here. This really isn't going to get me up there, is it? So I was feeling my way around here trying to look for forward, when really this was part of the puzzle gimmick. And for me, I don't know, I'm not sure how you could communicate that this door is forward. Okay, but... For me, I think that when you're making a puzzle room like this, I think that you want to establish where forwards is, and then when you're in a puzzle room, the thing is you should be wondering about how to get to the end and not where the end is. And I think for me, the goal of the room wasn't clearly established. So now I'm here. The fan particles turn off, and now I jump in here, and I go whoop! And then I have to do that again from up high because that wasn't enough. And again, sidebar, from a contrast standpoint, right, so this wall right here, starting here, this wall is background. These are platforms that are part of the stage geometry. I feel like I want the textures that are right here. All of this. I want this to be some kind of more contrasting so that I can see from all the way over here that this is something I need to jump on. Because when I'm... So there are grass edges here, except for here. And there are grass edges here, and that helps, but I think that from standing all the way over here, I can't see those grass edges. right? I can see them a little bit, but I'm too far away from my screen and da-da-da-da-da. So I want to be able to see that this is stuff I can jump on from all the way over here. Because I really did feel like I was feeling my way through this room kind of... Blind would be a little bit overdoing it, but I didn't feel like... Still can't make that jump. I didn't feel like I was really able to come into this room, stop and look around, and just from looking around being able to understand how to go forward. And I feel like that's something that I wanted that's something that I want from a puzzle room in terms of my taste as a designer. I'm not sure how to get over there without a thock. Push. That didn't help. Okay, I'm going to do that again. That didn't help either. Okay. So I'm not convinced that Amy can actually get through this section. I'm going to be Metal Sonic anyway. I said I'm going to be... Oh, great. I can't be Metal Sonic. And again, this room for me felt very linear. I felt like I was around here, and this to me just felt like a dead end that existed because of how the room was structured. In terms of, like, you circle around the room, and you run around the edge, and you run around the edge some more, and then you see this thing, and you jump in, and then you come up here, and oops, there's this like extra bit of stage geometry that just didn't happen to get used in the path. That's how this felt to me. And I'm not sure there's an easy way to fix that, because ideally my thought is that you come over here, maybe there's some alternate way to progress through forward, but then you have, this is like the penultimate step, right? So you can't just route this forward and try to push this over here without running through the penultimate step. So I don't know if there's a good fix for this, but for me, when I saw this here, this felt like a dead end. Switch. I'm going to go the other way. But I do like this sense of, here's some infrastructure that has actual functionality in the stage, and I'm going to go inhabit it, and it's going to be useful to my journey through the level. I think that's cool. This sense that everything is actually connected and actually works. So... And this felt like a puzzle room to me in the same way as that other room, in terms of, but the puzzle was like, again, there's kind of this sense of you mix height and chronology for Sonic, Metal Sonic, and Amy, in terms of the puzzle is, how do you get more height? And I've just been playing SRB2 long enough that I just kind of have this design intuition that people are going to make me climb, and so climbing is forward, and so I'm just going to look around and try to get height, because that's just, you know, I guess I have a nose, you might say. And then this was weird. So when I came up here, I didn't feel like that as being my goal was something I could see from here. I just said, okay, this is a spring, and I think I know how springs work. So I'm going to come over here and jump and bounce and come in here. I did want a little bit more clarity there. And then coming over here, I do think it wouldn't hurt to put this button where the player could see it more. And I do want buttons to help... I do want buttons behind the one-way doors to help communicate to the player that they are one-way doors from both sides. Yeah. And I know you put some secrets here, and I haven't gotten to those today, and that's fine. I'm not sure if I ever will. And I just have this nagging sense that there's more in the stage that I haven't seen, that I haven't interacted with. Especially because of stuff like this button. But on the other hand, the main areas of the stage are like really important in terms of everybody sees those, and the, you know, it's like the discussion that I've been trying to have about those. I feel like you don't need to understand the secret areas in order to be able to talk about the design of the main stuff. So, I think that's all of this that I'm going to do for today. That's probably about an hour. But yeah, maybe I'll come back later, maybe I won't. Okay. Well, that's about as much as I want to play with your stage for today. I hope you found this helpful. I've never done this before, so yeah, let me know what you think. I'll see you on the message board.